Yes. Empaths and psychic vampires, they're like the same. For some reason, it's like the yin and yang symbol, Ida Pingala, Isis and Osiris. It's one energy, drawing, contraction, expansion. It's not good though, you know. And so let me explain to you what a psychic vampire is, or what a vampire is, because there's differences. Now, your average vampire, like you see in the movies, Bram Stoker and all the movies, well, it's just a symbology. It's not actually, or was ever in society in such a way where they're going biting people and taking blood. And yes, today in modern times, people believe that and actually started up these vampire um, groups, cults, whatever you want to call it, Masonic orders, all of these. They got a whole bunch of them that actually believed that it was real, that actually that people was eating, drinking people blood and doing all that. But that's not what occurred. You got to realize, just like modern times, we believe technology, iPads, touchscreens, we're advancing in technology, when in reality you have all of that inside of you and you had to pull it up in your hand or project it out your eyes. The ancestors never needed these so-called technology. They will look at that as we dumbed down what we had inside of us. We lost it. So they're going to see us as devolving, not evolving. So on that note now, the psychic vampire was somebody that had a body double who know how to use his body double. Now, we're all born with a body double. If you don't know about it, it's your ethereal body. And you can stay tuned for the next video. I'll do a quick one on the ethereal body and the body double. But now, these people, they're born with their body double active. And what happened is somehow prior to this life, their soul violated very, very highly. And the violation was abomination where they got cut off from the ethereal energy, the energy of where we come from, the astral, God, whatever, the one that feed us the creative principle. You could Google the word creative principle and you'll understand this energy that I'm talking about, or the creative energy. It's the energy, it's a sexual energy, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to throw everybody off. All right, but this creative energy, or the ethers, when you get cut off from it, you don't have no choice now. This cutoff usually occur from lack of love. If nobody loved you, you didn't feel love. You only had two options. This is a world of polarity, and this polarity of option is either love or power. Those two is opposites. One is you giving and receiving, or even exchange. The other one is taking, just sucking power. Government power, any type of power. That's what it is. So now, being that they didn't have love, they only had one other choice, which was power. Once they seek power, power is through the material, physical world of you getting immediate gratification for something that you want at the immediate time. On that note now, their choices, because they was cut off from the ethereal energy, was only to take the energy of somebody else who had the ethereal energy, who's still connected. So without them actually being conscious of it, maybe in this lifetime or the other lifetime, this could have happened a long time ago, their astral form, their soul form, it attacks other people's astral form and soul form. Now the thing about it is they have to use a covert way of doing it, so they pretend to be a certain way around you, but in reality they're sucking your energy in the meantime. This is your basic concept of how vampires came. They're part now of what you call the beast. The beast actually is the word for vampire in another language. I can't remember the language, but when you're saying vampire, you're just saying beast. So the teeth, the fangs is of the beast. When I tell y'all my videos, he got the teeth like the vampire, that's a dog, and the dog is the protector of man. Man came with the dog, but we don't see our beast. We are the beast. That's a different video. I hope I don't throw you off. I don't want to throw it off. This is still about vampires and the beast. So you have to understand so you don't become one. Anyways, what happens now is that once you cut off from the ethereal energy and you need that life force, you have to extract it by some means. They replicate it in movies as the guy biting your neck and actually sucking the blood out of it. But actually, it's that soul or the entity or your astral double comes lock on your neck and steal the energy from your spine back here. That's what it attaches to. It's the reason why I wear chains on my neck. The silver, if you don't understand it, just to show you a deep part to this that is so real, that if you're following the Most High God or the spiritual life, it says it in Proverbs. Read the first part of Proverbs, the first couple lines. He said his son wears the necklace. He got his protection around his neck that I sent him. And so you realize we have to protect ourselves from these attacks, these vampires, and it's in the books. And so now, excuse me, being that we have two forces, one that we don't know about, it's unconscious, and you only see them in the physical, and they look like John Doe or whatever. Your interaction with them is the exchange of energy that you don't know that you're being siphoned, or something is remotely attaching itself to you. So through the heart and the mind, these so-called vampires, they come into your life and they try to get to you emotionally, connect to you. Once they connect to you, you care. Once you start caring, that's when they start ciphering your energy. They don't have to actually do it in a physical one-on-one confrontation, whether they're arguing, making love, whatever it may be. But they could actually do it long distance from wherever they are remotely, because you care, you're thinking about them. And once you do, it triggers off their soul to go and siphon your energy. So how does this all work and come into play now? Well, this is why I said they didn't take the blood and bite your neck and all that. This is how we interpret it today. Like I said, it's the life force that they after. Your life force is in your blood. That's what it replicates. That's the symbology behind it. Your life force, the blood. So how do you get the life force? You have to attach something to them that can actually siphon the life force. So you got two types of vampires. You got conscious vampires that know that they're vampires, and you got the ones that don't know. The ones that don't know that they're vampires is the worst one, because they actually just is our day-to-day ego splits that is coming onto you that don't care. They're the narcissists of the world that actually don't care about you, would do anything just to get your attention, to get what they want at the immediate second. And if it means hurting somebody, that's fine with them. So that now gives you the idea of the mind of how a vampire works. Now vampires actually, what they're doing is, what they do is they have this thing, they know how to contract their body and how to expand it through the chakra system and send it up. When they do that, it sucks your energy. It's like you just feel like you had a diabetic attack, or some type of loss quick of energy, or over a period of time you're just talking with your friend and time elapses, and next thing you know, you just feel worn out. You go look in the mirror, you look old as hell. You just got your whole life force taken. You have to go to sleep now and rejuvenate. And so that's how it works. And so sometimes, like say you think of them and you're laying in your bed, it actually send off that Wi-Fi or this connection that actually that person's soul, they could be sleeping, will get out their body and come and suck your soul. There's no way to avoid them. I mean, there's ways to avoid them, but there's no way to get it off of you without causing more harm to yourself. The best way is to avoid them, to just detour yourself from them, to don't interact with them. Somehow just tell them something and keep it moving. The reason why you have to do it in such a way is because once this thing locks on the back of your neck, the more you aggravate it, the more it's just like a pit bull. It's going to shake you up. So you'll be like, yo, I think you're a vampire. All of a sudden they go, what? This is shaking you up. You're like, oh, shit. They don't know. And they can't do anything because it's like an emotional thing that reacts off of their emotional state. And it's a survival mechanism for them. So they have to feed. It goes out and feed for them at night. Some people could explain it to their friends or know people, and they get to understand it and learn to control it. Once they can explain it to them where they don't take it as an offense or disrespect, you can teach them. Then you control it by meditation, by you seeking energy from the air, seeking energy from trees, seeking energy from water. All these is meditation. They didn't just leave them here as just, water and rocks and trees and all that stuff. Each one of these is a symbol that actually do something to your subconscious mind. And so by you actually staring at these things and uniting yourself, go by the water and sit, you siphon the energy you need, peace your mind and your emotions, and you won't be able to, and you wouldn't have the urge to feed on other people. You will be more isolated to yourself and figure it out. Now, the connection between the empath and the psychic vampire is being that a empath is susceptible to emotions and quickly get attached to people. The vampires seek them out the most because they're the easiest for them to steal their energy and get them to. So you always see in relationships that's abusive, or friends that is uneven. This one is bullying this one, or telling them what to do, or always arguing. That's because one is the vampire feeding off of the empath. The empath is there. I didn't do it, but I didn't know, and defending itself like it's not its own individual and don't have a mind of its own. So these symptoms you see is actually how the beast works. Now these people is forever cut off, and I have did some research on it, and it ain't something that you could turn back against. Their journey, it goes with the flesh, matter, you understand? But the fact is, even the trees or whatever is matter. You see the sun make them raise and come out the ground. Everything still receives as energy. But for some reason, they're cut off. It's a deeper thing going on. And they're called the ancient ones too, because this has been going on since the beginning of time. So they're the ancient souls that have gifts and special abilities, psychic powers, telekinesis, psychokinesis, but don't know about it. It's in their subconscious, and they just do it on its own. When they learn to control it, they'll be a monster, but they don't know themselves. But I'm telling you who they are and how to protect yourself. So the basic energy vampire, he's really a narcissistic person. They really don't care about anything but their immediate desires. So it's like you could see one and give them a job working for you or helping out, and then you'd be like, I gotta go do this. So you watch. They'll be like, yo, no, I can't. Everything, when it comes to your needs, they're not gonna provide it for you or be there for you. It's just a take thing for them. That's your basic energy vampire. They just take, and never give back. If you try to explain anything to them, they get pissed off and mad, and they just want to argue and fight. So those is your basic energy vampire demeanor. They really don't have no empathy or caring for you. It's really just about what you could do for them. What could they take from you? So you have to be careful for those type of people. They make you feel bad about yourself. They have a defense way of actually, when you try to show them they're wrong, you're wrong. You're always wrong as far as they're concerned. And they have a way to make you feel like guilty for what you said or whatever. So you have to know they practice these tactics from many lives, and they work covertly to actually lock themselves on you to take these energies off of you. Most of them on a spiritual level is your gatekeeper, a test of the last sphere before angelic life. So some of us, if we could beat it, defeat it, or actually live with it in a positive way, not hurting nobody, you actually complete the whole sphere, and you just go straight to the higher worlds, because the beast is the last sphere of man. You understand? That's from top to bottom, with the crown of the sun being the head, and the feet being nude. The bottom of her feet, the west is facing the west direction. So we all come from the west. Every ghetto, every hood is in the west. Every people that was taken from slavery is in the west, West Africa. Everything started in the west, because that's the feet of Nuit, and everything built up. And the top is the sun, the father. Well, I hope you get an understanding of what these psychic vampires is, and stay away. If you meet them, don't disrespect. Just tell them, be cool. Don't listen too hard. Make sure you don't put yourself into their life and get emotionally attached to what's going on with them. Just hear it. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you later. Be cool. That's it. Keep it simple. Those will keep a distance and separate yourself from it. Even though you probably want to be down, you want to be cool, whatever the case may be, you got to realize there's more going on that you can't see. So if anything, you want more details about, psychic vampires, and if you're under attack and want to try to get yourself out, I could assist you. There is, especially empaths who can't pull themselves out, is in abusive relationships, or just as getting their energy sucked and they're aging very fast. I could walk you through some procedures and teach you some protection method. The basic protection is the same bubble. Remember, this is all subtle energy we're talking about. So when we're talking about the actual vampire itself that's locking onto you, it's more of a subtle spirit, a thought form that is real. It's in the air. Put it like that. There's millions of them in the air, and you still can't see it in the air, but that's how it works. So it's there. It has its effect. You just can't see it. So by you understanding everything now, you'll be able to understand when you think of the bubble, the protection light. Imagine the white light around you, surround yourself before you interact with one of them. Put that over you. And it'll be like a protection field that it won't be able to penetrate. It's like it bounces off of you or it won't come through. You will see yourself in the physical world, not actually the bubble, but you will see how you don't care. You will see how you just go, oh, all right, you're good, and you're gone. And all of a sudden, you'll have better sleeping nights. You won't be thinking so much about this and that or feel like you owe or any type of thing like that, because these is all survival tactics that they use psychologically to get you caught up into them, because they know you're a good person, you keep your word, you always do this, so they use that against you. All right. Like I said, if anything, you can hit me up, University of Conscious Science at gmail.com, or Damian Samuel, DAMEAN SAMUEL at Facebook. You can chat it up on Messenger. All right, one love.